Welcome back, everybody, to the SmackDown with Mario. Again, I'm your host, Mario Hobson. I'm going to be bringing you the NXT review from the other day, or yesterday, I'm sorry. Um, it was a pretty okay show, but yeah, that's about all I can really say about it. It was an okay show. A lot of things went on, but we can go ahead and talk about that. So I'm not going to waste too much of your time. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. In the first match, we got the NXT North American Champion Tatum Paxley versus Lizzy Rain. In Lizzy Rain, I'm sorry, versus Nikkita Lyons and Zaria. All right. And the way that this match ended is with Tatum hitting Lyons with a super kick, then tries to go for the cemetery drive, but Lyons reverses out of it and hits Tatum with a running roundhouse kick. Lyons then goes for a tag, but Zaria jumps off the apron while Lyons was distracted by this. Tatum hits her with the spinning wheel kick. Then she tags in Rain. Reigns hits her with the thunderstruck to pick up the win. Kind of figured that Zaria would like do something like this, because she said that she didn't want to be in a tag team match anyway. She said she was done with tag team matches, so you could have imagined that Zara was going to screw over Lyons to begin with. I don't know what it's going to lead to, but I think later on we'll get into more of that, because we get to it later on about what this is going to be later on in the future, because I think what's her name, Tatum Paxley, I think she gave Lizzy Rain a title shot for next week. But like I said, later on we talk more about it. I don't know what this leads with Zaria, but I think it'll end with her being the NXT North American Champion sooner rather than later. Because okay, we'll just see how that goes next week. But next we got Kendal Grey. She's talking to Ren Sinclair, who's holding a pair of crunches. Kendall says she doesn't know why Kelani Jordan attacked Ren Sinclair, but she's going to get her payback tonight. Sinclair says she wants to help Kendall get one step closer to the NXT Women's title. Kendall says that Ren will always be by her side. Ren says that she doesn't want to be a distraction, nor does she want to end up like Sol Ruka and Zaria. Kendall says that Ren is not a distraction. She's the main reason she's here. They'll never be like Sol Ruka and Zaria. Lola Vice joins the conversation. Lola says that a rematch against Kendall doesn't sound like a bad idea. Kendall tells Lola that she can show her that wrestling is better than MMA because things in New York were kind of left open-ended. Lola says that Kendall tapped out in New York, and at Stand and Deliver, she lost again. Lola says that Kendall is making excuses. Ren tells Kendall that she needs to focus on Kelani Jordan tonight. Kendall tells Lola that after she beats the woman that made her tap out, she'll see Lola with the NXT title on the line. Lola tells Kendall to bring it, and she'll be watching. So that match is later on tonight, and we'll talk about that later. Next, we got Naruku versus Lince Dorado. I haven't seen Lince in a while. I think he's been gone from WWE about 5 or 6 years now. I think they said that he's in AAA wrestling over there now, so I guess they got him over there, but I haven't seen him on WWE TV in a while, so it was nice seeing him again. But this match ended with Naruku hitting Lince, with two big boots. Then Naruku drives Lince back first into the turnbuckles. Naruku then hits Lince with two darkness falls. Naruku then connects with Enter the Abyss to pick up the win. After the match, Naruku looks into the camera and says that he's pure evil. That was a good win for him. It's a quick match. I guess we'll see what they do with him later or next. Like I said, they're going to shoot him up pretty fast, I believe. So he'll be in the main event title picture sooner rather than later. After that, we got EK Prosper, Sean Legacy, and Tate Wilder backstage. EK Prosper says thank you to Sean Legacy and Tate Wilder for having his back a couple weeks ago, putting belt to asses. Legacy tells Wilder to pick his spots. Wilder says that he's the kind of man that jumps into chaos. Tonight, Birthright better get ready because he's bringing out the wild side. Dorian joins the conversation. Dorian says that he needs one more week to get medically cleared in the ring to be in ring competition. Legacy brings up an old match that they had in Belgium. Dorian tells Legacy, Prosper, and Wilder to kick Brightside's ass tonight. So that match is later on. Then after that, we see Natty preparing for a pre-recorded interview with WWE LFG. Natty talks about how great the experience is seeing younger PC talents start from scratch and being one of the coaches. Jada Parker interrupts the conversation. Parker says that they need to talk. Parker didn't appreciate Natty calling her soft last week. Natty says that Parker should just join LFG if she wants to talk to her. Parker says that Natty has a big mouth, and then security gets between them, and they remove Parker from the set. Like I said last week, Parker needs this win. They putting her up against Natty to get a win because she's been on a losing streak lately. I don't know what they're trying to do with her, but she needs this win. She needs to get back into the main event title picture. Hopefully that'll be sooner rather than later. I guess we'll see how that goes. They didn't have a match between the two yet, but I'm pretty sure it will be soon. Next we get Birthright versus Sean Legacy. EK Prosper and Tate Wilder in a 6-man tag match. This match ended with Wilder ducking a clothesline from Dempsey. Wilder then hits him with a modified blue thunder bomb. Wilder then goes to the top rope, hits him with a frog splash for a 2 count. Wilder goes for the moonsault, but Dempsey ducks out of the way and tags in Stacks. The Birthright then connects with the running boot, sliding knee strike combination to pick up the win. And then this match, Wilder was like, it was late in the match, and Sean Legacy wanted Wilder to tag him in, but Wilder was like, I got this, I'm going to try to do this by myself. And, you know, him being hard-headed ended up with them losing the match. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen between them three, but I'm pretty sure they won't tag no more. But I would like to see Sean Legacy and EK Prosper still tagging together because I think they'll make a good tag team. Next, we see Tatum Paxley and Lizzy Rain. They're talking about their win from earlier tonight. Paxley says that she wants to go back into being the kind of champion she was trying to be before the whole Izzi Dame and the Cullen situation. She wants to give title shots to those who deserve it. She said next week on NXT, Paxley will be putting her NXT title or North American Women's title on the line against Lizzy Rain. Shiloh Hill joins the conversation. Shiloh says that he's been doing some studying on Tristan Angels. Lizzy mentioned that she had a long history with Angels and can't seem to escape. Shiloh says that Angels' family owned the most sheep in any farm in the UK. Lizzy says that nobody in their right mind will call Tristan Angels Mr. England. Shiloh jokingly says he would be Mr. NXT if they had the pageant. Tristan Angel joins the conversation. Angel says that Shiloh is missing a 2. Shiloh says that his smile lights up a room. Angel says to think that Shiloh could up Angels is completely absurd. Angel says he is making his in-ring debut next week. He's going to prove to Shiloh in the entire WWE universe that Tristan Angels is a class of his own. I'm ready to see how he is, and I don't really know much about Tristan Angels, but so I'm excited to see what he can bring in the ring next week. So yeah, and I'm also excited to see Lizzy Rain versus Tatum Paxley. I think it'll be a good match, even though I know that Zaria is going to interfere somehow and get between that match. And yeah, that's what's going to happen. 100% sure that's what's going to happen this week. It's not going to be a clear winner in that match, of course. They're not going to have Lizzy Rain get pinned this early. She got a big pop, by the way, when the NXT people, they love Lizzy Rain. She's good in the ring. She's good in the mic. She's good. She had a big pop in her entrance earlier tonight, by the way. Next we got Robert Stone in the ring with the contract in his hands. Robert says the landscape of NXT has changed, but no matter how chaotic it gets here, I am proud to say that talent from all over the world still wants to make NXT their home. And right now, I'm going to bring someone out, and his new home is going to be NXT. So ladies and gentlemen, let's make this official, and please welcome Mason Rook. Mason Rook comes out. He said, "Who is Mason Rook? I've traveled all over Europe. I've been to Japan. I'm going all over the world, and everywhere I go, I turn heads. Even the greatest of all time, John Cena, sees me. I mean, it's pretty hard to not notice a flying human tank And I know what you're thinking. You're going to be thinking, well, Mason, are you satisfied? Am I satisfied with everyone back talking about me in the pubs? Am I satisfied with going viral multiple times and being the name in everyone's mouth? Mason Rook is everyone's sentence. Let me tell you, no, I'm not. I want more, and that's why I arrived to NXT, because I am not just the best super heavyweight. I'm the best in any weight class division, and it doesn't matter who steps in this ring. They're going to find out that if you try and stop a tank, you're going to get crushed. Tony D'Angelo then comes out. Robert Stone says, "Hey, whoa, hold on a second. Tony, listen to me. Don't even think about it. Don't think about coming into this ring." Tony says, "Relax, relax, relax. I'm just here to talk, alright? Mason, look, you wanted to get the attention of the WWE Universe. You wanted to get my attention. Well, you got it. And what better way to do it by starting at the top? This page right out of my book, man. Now look, attacking me once, okay, fine. You seizing the moment. Twice, no. And if you think you're going to make a name for yourself at my expense, I don't care if you're big." Before he could finish his sentence, Cam Hendricks runs out, but Tony hits him with the back elbow smash as he was going for another sneak attack on the champion. Tony and Hendricks starts brawling on the outside ring, and security tries to separate them, but Rook goes to the top rope and wipes them all out with a moonsault. Well, he wipes out most of them. He kind of missed Tony and he missed Cam, but they fell down anyway. But Rook gets back in the ring, signs his contract to close the segment. I don't know what this is going to lead to. Well, I do now, because as you know, later on they announce a tag team match between all four of these guys. But I don't know how it's going to, like, this NXT title picture going to look, or who's going to... Well, I think Rook is going to end up taking the belt from Tony, and I guess these guys are going to be like the guys he go through first to, eventually get to Naruku. But I guess we'll find that out sooner rather than later. Next, we see Noam Dar talking to Romeo Moreno in the locker room. Romeo continues to mark out about Dar returning to the ring, mentions his entire resume. Dar says that this is his first match in a year. He doesn't know if he's the same guy anymore. Romeo says he still believes in Dar. Romeo is his number one fan. He loves Dar for some reason. But yeah, we get that match next. But first, we see Emily Agar. She's interviewing OTM at their apartment. They was having a barbecue there. I guess it wasn't a bit barbecue. There was nobody there, but OTM, Emily, and their brother. So I'm guessing they had a barbecue for the NXT crews coming in to interview them, I guess. But okay. Anyway, she's trying to learn more about OTM. Price says that Bronco is one of the toughest and most loyal people he knows. He had to be a man at a young age after losing his mother, and now he takes care of his little brother, Bronco. Bronco says that his mother taught him that manhood is not about age, it's about responsibility. He was made to make sure that his little brother would never worry about having no one on his side. Bronco's brother, JJ, said that OTM is the embodiment of overcoming adversity that builds character the older they get. Bronco mentions that despite Price's size, athleticism, and the violence he brings to the ring, people overlook how smart he is. Bronco says that Price is an artist, a very good one at that. OTM are focused on capturing the NXT tag team titles and to make their loved one proud. I get it was very emotional for Bronco, talking about his mother and passing away at a young age and stuff. It was a pretty good interview. They improving on their mic work and stuff in their promos. So yeah. Next we get Jackson Drake versus Noam Dar. This match ended with Drake going for a handspring cutter, but Dar kicks him in the ribs. Drake regroups on the outside. Dar tries to go after him, but Mekhi Lockwood stops him. Dar then wipes out Brad Baylor and shoves Ricky Smokes into Drake. Dar rolls Drake back into the ring, but Lockwood tugs on Dar's pants behind the referee's back. Drake hits him with a running knee strike after that, and then goes on top for the 450 splash to pick up the win. After the match, we see Dark State coming out, and that's right before the commercial break. So after the commercial break, we got Miles Bourne running into Tavion Heights backstage. Miles mentioned that he's teaming up with Tony D'Angelo and Mason Rook. Tony D'Angelo against Mason Rook and Cam Hendricks. Tavion gets mad about this news. He says Miles should have known that Tavion was beefing with Tony. He says it was okay for him to team with Tavion when that was part of the NQCC, but now that Miles is the North American champion, he thinks he's better than Tavion. Miles said that he didn't call the shots. Tavion wishes Miles good luck, and he says he really hopes that Tony is there for him the same way he was. So it's a big tag team match we got next week. Can't wait to see that. See how that unfolds. I'm pretty sure it's going to be chaos, but we'll see next week. Back in the ring, we still got Dark State in the Vanity Project. Dion says, hey, y'all way too comfortable walking around with them titles like we didn't allow it. Your title run is over. Dark State is here to collect, and we're here to show everybody who's in control. Sugar says, hey, I wish you did. That's the name of the game, control, baby. But unfortunately for these in-betweeners over here, we ain't got no control over Big Cut and Osiris Griffin, bruh. You saw what they did to Hank and Tank last week, fool. We're about to see a crime on live. We're about to see a crime live on television, bruh. If you think y'all ain't going the same way, then you tripping big shoes, bruh. Yeah, he talks weird. I don't like him on the mic. He should never be on the mic. But anyway, Ricky Smoke says, wait. What? So you good balls think that beating the guys who call themselves the Belly Boys warrants you for a tag team title match? Brad, talk to these guys. I can't even look at them. Brad Baylor gets on the mic. He said, smokes, literally. No shot. Okay, hey, I don't know if you boys remember clearly or not, but we're the ones that took the NXT tag team titles right from you. We're the ones, okay? We're the ones who took these tag team titles from you, right? All right? We're also the reason why Dion and Shaquan have been at each other's throats for the past few weeks. Oh, but you're pressing us? You really want to press us, the boys, the kids? Really? You ain't got anything better to do? Maybe you should, maybe you don't understand, but the Vanity Project, we don't have any handouts. We don't give away any handouts. I'm sorry. Cutler James says, hey, we're not looking for a handout. We never got our rematch for those tag titles, and now we're cashing in. And before you go whining to Big Mama Lockwood, just know that Mr. Stone already approved this match. So next week, Dark State is bringing those titles back home with us. But it's not going to be me and Osiris, because as you guys know, we need to get back on top. But this right here, this isn't working. We got to be united. Now last week, me and Osiris, we took care of Hank and Tank, but this is on you. Osiris says, yes, y'all got Vanity Project, bro. We can't control this brand. We can't control this brand how we want to if we don't stay united. I mean, when we're all on the same page, ain't nobody touching us, man. Y'all know this. Hey, so y'all need to figure this out, and we need to get these titles back to Dark State, or something has to change. Vanity Project tried to slide in the ring for a sneak attack. Lennox and Sugars clears the ring. Lennox punches Jackson Drake off the ring, but Lockwood was there to catch him in the arms, and that ends the segment. This match next week, I'm pretty sure Lennox and Sugars, they ain't gonna be on the same page. I think that something's going to happen where Lennox or Sugars hit each other, and it's going to cause more commotion between those two. I don't know if this is going to end up in the Dark State breaking up or not, but I guess we'll find out. Alright, next we see Robert Stone talking to Naraku in the back. Stone tells Naraku gives Naraku props for his match, or his victory later on this, or he gives Naraku props for his first victory in NXT. I'm sorry about that, guys. He says when he gets time, Stone would like to sit down and have a conversation about Naraku's future. Naraku gives Stones a very firm handshake and says thank you. Stones finds Mason Rook and Cam Hendricks in his office. Hendricks says that we are in a tag match, but they're not a tag team though. Stone says that he was not happy about how things went down earlier. That's not how they do business around here. Rook tells Hendricks to not speak for him. Rook tells Stone that sometimes you need to make noise to stand out. Stone says that they can make plenty of noise next week in a tag match between Tony and Miles. Ted Wilder joins the conversation. Wilder is appreciative for the opportunity. He's calling tonight a learning lesson. Then Carver walks in, and Carver says, or he tells Stones that he's done talking to people. Stones actually liked the interview that Carver gave Emily Agard last week. Then Stone tells Wilder that he can have a match against Carver next week, and Carver told Stone that Wilder must have a death wish. So we're getting Tate Wilder versus Keanu Carver next week, which will probably be a squash match for Carver, let's be honest. I don't know, they got like a lot of people they're trying to like build up as main event stars. I don't really know what they're gonna do with Carver. I know what they're trying to do with him. They're trying to make him like a bootleg Obafemi, what it seems like. But like I said, they got a lot of people that's like trying to aim for Tony for his title. But I think it's gonna be Naraku who's gonna be the one that dethrones Tony. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. I hope they push him fast, but maybe they won't. Maybe they slow track him instead of. But like I said, him being like 39 years old, I think that they should fast track him before they push anybody else, because the other guys are young, so they'll have time at NXT, more time than Naraku will. But next we see Black Howard having an interview with Kylie Armstrong. Kylie says that she's trying to keep the momentum going after her big win over Jada Parker last week. She needs to scope out the scene at NXT before she makes her next move. Kylie says that Lola Vice and Izzi Dame are not the only ones keeping a close eye on tonight's main event. Kylie says that she's going to run through everybody in NXT locker room like she did in WWE Evolve. Kendal Grey walks by and says that she didn't run through everybody on Evolve as she makes her way to the ring. Then we get our main event, Kendal Grey versus Kelani Jordan. And at the end of this match, we saw Grey preparing for the avalanche belly to back suplex. Next thing we know, we see Vice and Dame having a pull apart brawl coming towards the ringside area. They knock down Sinclair in the process. Grey gets distracted by this, and that allows Jordan to kick Grey off the turnbuckles. Jordan then connects with the split-legged moonsault to pick up the win. After the match, Vice checks on Sinclair. Grey gets between them and starts shoving on Vice. Then Dane comes up behind her, kicks Vice in the back of the head. Dane poses in the ring with the NXT title in her hand as the show goes off the air. With this, I don't know, it's setting up to be maybe a triple threat match to see who fight Lola, or since Kendal lost tonight, maybe it'll be Vice versus Kelani, or maybe it'll be a Fatal Forward match. I'm not sure what they're trying to go with this, but Lola got a lot of competition coming her way. But either way, there goes your NXT review for this week. Let me guys know your opinions, what's going on in NXT. Send me questions on X, Facebook, or follow me over on Buzzsprout. Send me questions. I haven't got any yet, so if you do, I will answer them on the end of every episode. But until then, I will see you guys later. I will see you guys next week for another episode of NXT. Bye guys, I'm signing out.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.